Hey guys! Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to Popverse for more K-drama deep dives, recaps, and twists you won't want to miss. The episode begins with a sweet slice of daily life. Liyang and Daon visiting a realtor. They're looking to rent an apartment close to the hospital because, well, work keeps them too busy to spend quality time together. Liyang sighs. We barely see each other because of all the hospital duties. Daon, always the charmer, smiles and asks, "Do you like me that much?" She nods, and in that moment, we can all feel the butterflies. Just then, a man approaches them. It's Jaehyuk, a familiar face from Hospital Playlist. He offers to sell them his own apartment near the hospital. But Liyang instantly gets skeptical, thinking he's a scammer. Jaehyuk tries to defend himself, saying, "I'm not a scammer. I'm the victim." But the couple isn't convinced and walks away. Later, we see them at a cozy restaurant. While eating, Daon sneakily tries to get Liyang's ring size, clearly planning something special. But she catches on and tells him herself. Then, she surprises him with a gift, a pair of stylish shoes. Daon wears them happily, and Liyang reveals her little surprise. They're wearing matching shoes. Couple goals, right? But their sweet date is interrupted. A man from a nearby table collapses. Instantly, Daon and Liyang rush to help, performing emergency checks and asking others to call an ambulance. We notice someone's filming everything, subtly hinting at complications to come. Later, at the hospital elevator, Daon glances at Liyang and says, "You're really cute." Just then, Jaehyuk appears and asks for directions. Daon quickly hides Liyang and tries to send her away quietly. But it's too late. Jaehyuk recognizes her and clearly knows her from before. Liyang realizes Jaehyuk is the new nurse at the hospital. Soon, Jaehyuk and Liyang have a moment alone. Jaehyuk assures her, "I won't tell anyone what happened between us. And I won't mention you and Daon dating either." Daon shows up, and Liyang gestures for him to leave quickly. But just then, Jaehyuk appears and questions where Daon is going. "To see a patient," he replies. Jaehyuk, curious and a little suspicious, presses further. "Alone?" He then grins. "You've been looking really happy lately. Tell me what's going on. I won't tell anyone. I'm loyal." Then, he walks away, leaving Daon nervously wondering if he's been found out. Elsewhere, we see Yeonmi speaking with Namkyeong. She urges her to convince Kyan to join the OBGYN department. "If no one joins this year, ITLL hurt your department." Namkyeong later tries to convince Kyan, but he seems completely uninterested. We also meet Professor Sabok, who is pregnant and getting an ultrasound from Liyang. But Liyang doesn't do a great job. Sabok, who is also a doctor, scolds her gently, asking her to be more careful and responsible. Later, Liyang joins her colleagues for lunch. Namkyeong mentions a specific dish, but Sabi suddenly says she and Jaehyuk already ate there. Namkyeong is surprised. "You two went together? Why didn't you tell us?" Sabi explains that during Namkyeong's argument with Lia, she and Jaehyuk went out to eat. Namkyeong, suspicious, asks, "Are you dating?" Sabi denies it. Namkyeong then asks if they were alone or if anyone else was around. Sabi shrugs. Jaehyuk said he saw someone there. This makes Liyang nervous. It was the same place where she and Daon had gone. She asks Sabi, "Who did Jaehyuk see?" Sabi replies, "I didn't ask." Meanwhile, Jaehyuk, exhausted after a surgery, searches for a place to nap but finds none. So he ends up resting in a patient's bed. In the morning, Sabi finds him and he complains, "My leg is numb." She brings him a wheelchair and takes him on a ride around the hospital. Later, Jaehyuk returns to work and asks Sabi for her coat, then a pen. He clearly wants to talk to her and tries various excuses. He even adjusts his collar just to grab her attention. As she leaves, Jaehyuk says, "When will you be back? Let's eat together. I need help." Sabi agrees to join him. We then see Jaehyuk visit a patient named Mi-ja, who has cancer. Her sister Myeong is with her. He comforts them, "You'll be okay. Just make sure to eat on time." Back with Liyang. She's with Sabok and Youngmin. we learn a major twist. Saebok is Jungmin's sister, and she's due to deliver next week. Saebok reassures them, "Don't worry about me. I've done this before." She then asks Liyang to assist in her surgery. Liyang, though hesitant, agrees. Namkyeong again tries to convince Kyan to join her department, but he refuses. Later, we see a hilarious exchange between Sabi and Jaehyuk. He wants to go somewhere, but she says she can't. Jaehyuk, not backing down, says, "I have the same work, let's go together." This repeats several times until Sabi gets flustered. But before she can respond properly, Jaehyuk pretends to be hit by a coffee cup and stands up dramatically. Sabi realizes he was faking and he runs off. She mutters, "Does he really smile like that?" Back at the hospital, Liyang is dining with her family. Someone mentions Daein and notes he hasn't eaten today either. Her sister catches on. "Why are you so concerned about his meals?" Liyang panics, but Jaehyuk says, "You probably owe him money, right?" Liyang denies it. Just then, Namkyeong arrives. Liyang introduces her as a friend. Jaehyuk invites her to join them. As they eat, Liyang sends a message warning them not to mention Daein. Namkyeong doesn't know they're dating. Meanwhile, Jaehyuk avoids Sabi, thinking she'll scold him for faking leg pain. But Sabi surprises him. "I was worried. I thought your leg was seriously hurt." Later, Liyang scolds Saebok for going to the restroom by herself. "You should have asked for help." But Saebok insists, "I can do it alone." Liyang still asks her to rely on her next time. Namkyeong and Yeonmi then help a woman who is about to give birth. Kyan is also there. Namkyeong shouts, "Call her guardian and get the consent form signed." It's chaos, but they manage. Myeong fears that her sister Mi-ja might die, but Jaehyuk assures her she'll be fine. After the surgery, Namkyeong feels guilty for yelling at Kyan earlier. That's why he won't join our department. We then hear a nurse whispering to Kyan that OBGYN folks always yell and no one wants to join. But surprisingly, Kyan says, "I kind of like it there." Saebok's delivery goes well, and the baby is born safe and healthy. Youngmin tells Liyang to do the stitches. Liyang hesitates, but Youngmin insists. It was her last request. Liyang finally agrees, and her work impresses everyone. Later, Mi-ja asks Jaehyuk for a favor. "Take a nice photo of me for my funeral." He takes her and her sister outside and captures a beautiful moment of them together. Chaeyoung and Liyang then visit Saebok, who jokes that Liang's stitches are fine, but she wants to sleep. Liyang promises to return in an hour. Outside, Chaeyoung accidentally sits on Liang's hand. This sparks a flashback. Years ago, Chaeyoung saw Liyang at a local hospital being harassed by a male doctor. Liyang had fiercely defended herself. However, rumors had spread that she kicked him, leading to the clinic's closure. Elsewhere, Sabi is preparing wedding gifts and needs Liang's address. Daein sends it too, but both addresses are the same. Oh, Namkyeong spots Daein and asks, "Going to eat with your girlfriend?" He denies it. Just then, Juno shows up. Daein calls him brother-in-law. Namkyeong thinks, wait, isn't that Liang's sister? Meanwhile, Jaehyuk examines the restaurant CCTV footage from earlier. Sabi and Namkyeong join him. Together, they realize the couple in the video, Daein and Liyang, are dating. Sabi finds out they're living together. Namkyeong learns they're relatives. Just then, Liyang walks in. All three shout her name in unison. She freezes, busted. The episode ends with that perfect mix of awkwardness, sweetness, and a little panic. Before we begin the last episode of Resident Playbook, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, especially if you've stuck with us till the finale. The final episode opens with Liyang at a restaurant, surrounded by friends. They're buzzing with curiosity. Tell us, are you really dating Daein? Liyang doesn't dodge. She confesses that yes, they are dating, but pleads with her friends to keep it a secret. They agree, smiling knowingly. Elsewhere in the hospital, Namkyeong is on duty when a nurse comes over, asking if she can cover her shift. "I've got a blind date," she giggles. Namkyeong agrees, but mutters, dating during work hours. Is that really okay? The nurse teases, is anyone besides Liyang dating? Namkyeong freezes. How do you know that? She asks. The nurse gestures toward Cheong, who had clearly spilled the beans. Meanwhile, Sabi is with Juno discussing work when Daein walks by and greets them. Juno watches him leave and says, Daein is such a hard worker. If only I had a daughter. But Sabi cuts in, it wouldn't matter. He already has a girlfriend. Juno's curious, who is it? At first, Sabi keeps it secret, but soon lets it slip. It's Liyang. Switching scenes, we find Jaehyuk talking to Professor Jaehyuk. Jaehyuk asks, why are you late? Jaehyuk explains, and the conversation turns to Liyang. Jaehyuk casually says, of course they're dating. It's not a big deal. Once alone, Jaehyuk mutters to himself, why is this even a secret? Everyone already knows. Meanwhile, Daein visits the bank. He's opening a savings account for his future wedding. Just then, the 3 resident friends show up. Daein, surprised, tells them to go back to work. They joke that Liyang is here. Daein leaps up in a fluster, and the trio teases him about getting married. Back at the hospital, the professors hold a meeting. Professor Dongju is set to retire, and they discuss who might take his place. At the same time, Liyang is with her colleagues in the lounge. She notices Jaehyuk asleep nearby and wonders why. Sabi explains he's been taking care of a cancer patient. He gives pain meds and stays overnight. Suddenly, Jaehyuk gets a call about that very patient and rushes off. Professor Jae is also involved. Later, Jaehyuk steps outside and sees some doctors gathered nearby. He finds Sabi and asks what's going on. She replies solemnly that was Yunmi's patient. She passed away. Yunmi is inside crying. Sabi then notices Juno walking toward another patient. What's he doing here? He doesn't have rounds now, she mutters. Juno checks on a patient scheduled for surgery the next day, but the patient's relative is skeptical. Other doctors come in groups. You're alone. Can you really do the surgery? Before Juno can respond, Sabi steps in, proudly introducing him. This is Juno. He's a superstar. Trust me, your patient's in great hands. Meanwhile, Liyang is with Youngmin, speaking to a group of expectant mothers. They're thrilled their babies will be born on New Year's Day. Nearby, Jaehyuk chats with her friend Maihai, who just gave birth and wants to throw a party. But Jaehyuk is hurt. She didn't even ask how I was, she says. Sagong comforts her. You made the right choice. Don't go. Back in Daein's room, Liyang is packing his stuff. She opens a box, but Daein quickly stops her. Don't open that. She agrees, but accidentally discovers a love letter. She starts reading. Daein asks for it back, then jokingly tries to grab it. They fall onto the bed together, staring into each other's eyes. Just then, Juno and Juyang enter and catch them in that awkward position. What are you doing? They ask, shocked. Trying to save face, they say they were fighting. Are you kids? You shouldn't act like that, the older couple scolds. Later, Liyang checks a lottery ticket, no luck. But then she remembers another ticket. She scans it and wins. She's overjoyed. At the hospital cafe, Yeonmi arrives and tells Liyang she needs her for work. Liyang, still glowing from her win, eagerly agrees. Elsewhere, Sabi and Juno perform a surgery. Meanwhile, Liyang assists Youngmin in a delivery. The baby is born safely, and Youngmin asks Liyang to remove the placenta. She hesitates, but proceeds. Unfortunately, the placenta tears. Youngmin calmly guides her through it. Kayan approaches Namkyeong with urgent news. A patient is in critical condition and may die soon. When Namkyeong sees the patient, she's stunned. It's Miso, her very first patient. Do you know her? Kayan asks. She nods. Namkyeong holds Miso's hand. I called your brother. He's on his way. Namkyeong plays music for Miso and gently says, Forgive me. This is all I can do. In another delivery room, Yingmin safely delivers another baby. It's New Year's Day. She asks Liyang to remove the placenta again. This time, Liyang handles it flawlessly. The team is proud. Youngmin tells her, "You did great. See you tomorrow. Happy New Year," she adds warmly. Youngmin then invites Liyang to her office. She shows her a bottle of alcohol. "Remember, I said we'd open this on a good day?" Liyang hesitates. "I'll save it for later. Let's go check on that patient together." Youngmin smiles and agrees. Elsewhere, Miso's brother arrives. Namkyeong checks Miso and confirms her passing. Outside, her brother is devastated. "She was in pain and I wasn't there. I let her die." Namkyeong says softly she wasn't alone. "I was with her. I held her hand. I played music for her." He thanks her, but Namkyeong can't hold back her tears. As she cries, a pregnant woman is rushed in. Namkyeong is needed. Sukhyung from Hospital Playlist is also there. "We need to help deliver the baby," he says. Namkyeong hesitates but has no choice. She steps in and successfully helps deliver the child. She looks around. The man who helped her earlier is gone. "I lost a life, but I saved one," she whispers to herself. Later, Sabi and Juno visit the patient they operated on. The 4 residents sit together, talking about their second year. Liyang surprises them. "I'm quitting. Not doing second year." They think she's joking. She says, "I won the lottery. I don't need to work anymore." They laugh it off until she shows them her phone. But when she checks the app again, the deadline to claim the prize has expired. Liyang breaks down in tears. Meanwhile, Jaehyuk and Sabi step outside. It's snowing. Sabi asks him, "When you faked that wheelchair incident, was it because you liked me?" Jaehyuk admits it. "Don't you like me too?" Sabi replies, "I don't know. I miss you. I care about you. But I don't know." She adds, "We've just met. You can't rush into these things." Jaehyuk insists, "I'm not asking you to marry me." But Sabi still isn't sure and walks away. Jaehyuk follows her, saying, "I really do like you." Then, softly, "I love you." She tells him to stop talking and runs off. At the bus stop, Namkyeong waits when Kyan appears. "I've chosen a department, yours," he says. Namkyeong is overjoyed. "Don't change your mind, okay?" He promises. As they walk together, she realizes he's holding her hand and not letting go. Back at the hospital, Daon gives Liyang a flower. "Happy New Year," he says. Then he shows her a ring and gently slides it onto her finger. They kiss. Professor Dong-ju gives his farewell speech. Yemi gets a call. She's not the new professor. In her eyes, we see the weight of disappointment. Jaehyuk and Sagong visit a fertility clinic. Jaehyuk learns her attempt failed. "I don't want to keep doing this," she says. "I want to stop." Youngmin chats with Sukhyung. Her students arrive and greet him. Namkyeong watches. It's the same doctor who helped her earlier. Sukhyung tells Youngmin, "Your students are good." She asks, "Do you know them?" He says no, but admits he watched them work from afar. The new professor enters her office. It's Mai-hai. Everyone greets her warmly. Yeonmi, still reeling, doesn't clap. So Gwang brings her flowers and welcomes her. Mai-hai then reveals, "I'm married." Later, Jaehyuk and Chamoon are at home. Looking out the window, they see Liyang. How did she survive the whole year? Jaehyuk asks. Chamoon jokes, "Well, she's earning now." Jaehyuk says, "We should raise her rent." They hold hands, still unaware of how much Liyang has grown. Finally, we see Liyang arriving at the hospital with Daon. "Let's meet after work," she says. She walks in, sees the first-year lounge, and then her second-year peers waiting for her. "You're late. Let's go," they say. She laughs. "You guys never change." A call comes in. She answers. This is Liyang, second-year resident. "I'm on my way." She smiles, and with that, Resident Playbook, Ever After ends. Thank you for joining us for every emotional, hilarious, and heartfelt moment. Stay tuned for more drama deep dives, right here on Popverse.